Hey, what's going on, Show Me family? What's up? What's up, boss man?
What's going on, guys?
So, Mickey got a hold of me last weekend and he said, look, we got somebody we got to bring on, Steve. He said, we're going to bring on my friend, the Mountain Man. And he's new to me, but not new to Show Me. So, what do you think, boss? Go ahead and bring him out.
Yeah, let's bring him out.
Let's bring him out.
What's up, Skyler?
What's going on?
What's up? Gotta love that intro.
Yeah, we do it up big for you guys on here because
Hey, I
you guys work
appreciate
your
that.
asses off doing what you do, so you deserve a little bit of recognition.
Straight
We
up.
try. That was a cool little montage.
Right on, Skyler. So it's like I was telling everybody. So I got the phone call from the boss last week, and he said we got to have the Mountain Man on. And you indeed were out at the Boise show with Mickey. Is that right?
Yes, indeed. It was a great show.
Yeah,
Yeah, we love Boise. It's always a good one for us.
that's awesome. What kind of stuff do you bring out to the show, Skyler?
So primarily ball pythons. We also sell some like starter kits, and my wife breeds crested geckos and gargoyles. So we'll bring that stuff. We do starter kits for those. Some Repti chip. We're also starting to work on breeding our Burmese pythons.
Yeah.
So some of those, we've got a new clutch of those that we'll be bringing along to the next couple shows.
Nice.
I love breeding the Burms.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have to get a bigger incubator because they drop like 30 eggs in a mound. It's like tall.
Yeah. So those ones incubated in Martina's incubator. So Martina's one of our friends. She comes out of town with us to all the shows. She runs every single show with us. She's been a huge help. But now they're living in my hatchling room. So I'm excited to have them. And a couple of them have had their first males. And we're stoked to get those guys going.
What's so cool about like hatching out large constrictors like that is like you got this little noodle that's so full of attitude that you know it's going to be like a massive animal whenever it grows up.
And they are all Spitfires right now too. We were just checking them out the other day. I got bit like 10 times in like 2 seconds, I swear.
That means they all want to thrive.
Oh yeah. A couple of them are on their second males.
What genetics did you end up with?
So they are albino labyrinth.
Oh, I love labyrinth.
I do too.
Yeah, well, so that's the cool thing is labyrinth has really kind of gone away over the last few years. So we're trying to bring it back. You can hardly find anything available online, and I rarely see any in anyone's collections. So really stoked about it, and we have like a really good line of it, super high contrast, and we're really stoked about it.
Yeah, that's so like the Burm genetics. Like I've got labyrinth in my collection. I haven't produced any in a couple of years. I haven't produced any Burms in a couple of years. I might do it next year, but you know, it's just like with the ball pythons. You get quality genetics in your projects, you're going to get quality production.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and especially with Burms, like I don't personally have enough space to like go really hard with Burms, and especially given the fact with how big their clutch sizes are. So my whole idea with the thing is just have a handful of like really good, high quality Burms that I love to work with, and not go too crazy with it. But 2 or 3 clutches a year, that's still a lot of Burms.
That's a ton. That's a whole
Yeah,
ton
it
of
sure
berm.
is.
That's a
Right.
whole ton of berm, Skylar. And I mean,
Yes, it
honestly,
is.
that's a really good approach to it too. You know, because a lot of times we'll see like retic breeders that are trying to like produce 50 clutches, and
It's
it's
insane.
I'm just like, no.
No way. No way. Yeah, I mean, we're going to do a ton of berm or ball python clutches. I think this year I paired like 80 plus females. So we're going to do a ton of those, but like we're a whole other animal here.
Listen, I know where you can sell some of those snakes. I'll help you find them new homes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So, Mickey, it's kind of funny that this kind of come up because weren't you just telling me that Banana Dan is fixing to make an appearance out at the St. Peter's Show Me Reptile Shop?
Yeah. So Banana Dan's he's one of our ambassador berms. He's seen tens of thousands of kids and adults out here in the St. Louis area over the years. So we're building Banana Dan a huge enclosure over at the St. Peter store. It's like it's a 10 by 10 by 10, and I'm probably going to officially start on that this weekend. We're still planning it and everything.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna
That's
be
badass.
It's gonna be super nice. You know, I just like to be able to put the animals in nice enclosures like that. So we've been kind of doing some research on like their native environment, you know, and we were jokingly kind of looking at like what the Florida Everglades look like. I was trying to remember what it looks like down there.
Too soon, bro.
But no, it's nice. I got really inspired with the croc monitor enclosure, and I think that you know,
That turned out great.
Yeah, that's just the direction I want to go with displaying the animals. You know, we're just uplifting how animals are kept. So
You know what I really appreciate about that is there's a flip side to it that if you're not, you know, the one that's paying the bills at the business, every one of those pieces of tile on the floor is XYZ amount of real estate being taken up that's not for product or financial gain, or you know, the fact that it is a retail establishment. So to do something like that and take up so much room in one of your stores for something that people can just come in and view, that's really cool, dude.
well, I've been at the stores a lot lately, and I spend a good chunk of my day, you know, out there showing people ball pythons and bearded dragons and stuff. It's really about education. Yes, of course, we do need to make money, but the whole reason why I do this is to you know, light that fire in people's hearts about these animals.
100%. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like that's why I love going to these expos so much. We do a ton of expos, but like for instance, Boise. This one made my weekend. There was this little girl, and she has been trying to convince her mom so much to let her get a snake. She's been like leaving pictures of snakes out around the house for like subliminal messaging. And, like,
Suggestive.
yeah. It was so great, and like she came to the show with her dad, and her dad was all about it, and then they came back about an hour later, and like we finally got mom on board. Just watching that little girl's eyes glow, it was like the best part, you know, and that's what I like about, you know, being in person at shows versus just selling online. You know, you get to interact with the customer, and I get to just hang out with my people, like all the other people who are into the weird reptile stuff that I'm into. You know, I like that's family time. You know.
Yeah. No, I get it. So obviously you go to the Boise show. Are there other show me shows out in your area that you go to and vend as well and set up?
Yeah, so I first got turned on to Show Me and met Mickey when you guys came to my town in Salt Lake. Well, it's just outside of Salt Lake in the Farmington, Utah show.
Okay.
And since then, I've gone to like three different locations in two or three different locations in Colorado. So we'll be hitting up the Eugene show in September, and I think that will probably be about the furthest we've gone.
That's an interesting show. I haven't been out there yet. I'm excited to get out in that region and kind of see what's going on out there. Lots of exciting stuff. So kind of a personal question, but I just got to ask because I like to ask our vendors firsthand. So I'm going to put you on the spot, man. So at the Show Me Reptile show, we'll just say Boise, for instance.
Okay.
Was it worth your time, and were animals flying off of your table?
Oh, 100%. Every time Micky came by the booth, it's like sold on all of our displays. And so absolutely, it's worth my time. In fact, there's 3 Boise shows a year, and I attend all of them, and I do well at every single one of them. And now we've been up there enough that we're developing a little bit of a following, not only just with the vendors and building relationships with them, but return customers and everything. So yeah, show me shows are awesome. They're great.
Yeah, and I like to talk to people about the overall diversity. Now, I know the show was busy out there, so I didn't get to see a lot of the table-to-table stuff, but was there quite a bit of diversity in the room? Because I go to some of these shows, and I'm just going to say it, no names on it, but you're going to a straight ball python show, and I breed ball pythons. I know you breed ball pythons, but you also know what I'm talking about, and I like to go for more diverse stuff, things that I don't normally see, and I can see a lot of ball pythons. Did you see a lot of diversity out in your area?
Yeah, there's definitely a diversity, and I would agree with you. I personally don't want to go to an all ball python show either. I don't have a problem with competition. We're going to go out there and we're going to work it no matter what.
Right.
But that being said, I think the experience for the customers coming in, they don't want to see all ball pythons, and there's definitely a lot of diversity, pretty much all of the shows, depending on where we're vending. I guess if you're out in Colorado, you're not going to see hognose, but other than that, but yeah, there's all sorts of good stuff.
And I don't know, Micky, I haven't been traveling with you guys, 5-6 months or whatever. You've been doing this for almost 10 years. What I'm seeing, I see different reptiles. If I go 3 or 4 states over, it's actually a different reptile show. It's a different customer base. And that's been really fun in my time with you guys, is going out here to Wisconsin, going to Georgia, going to Tennessee, Kansas City, and seeing the different reptile culture.
Yeah, there's definitely different culture, and like there's different species are popular in different regions, so different regions of the country, people are working with different things. There's just a lot of cool stuff all over the place.
Yeah, and I love that, dude. I love that, because that's what really brings a lot of that extra pop and flair. From what I've seen, from going to a lot of different shows, on the flip side that people don't really talk about, they talk about attendance. That's always good, obviously, but how long are the customers, the patrons, actually staying at the show? That's something that I kind of like to watch and observe. Is the show flooding in with people and then people are flooding out? A lot of these shows that I go to, where it's ball python after ball python table, people are rotating through an entire show in an hour and 15 minutes. And like, for me personally, always at a show for 4+ hours because I'm stopping and I'm looking at this animal that may not be anywhere else in the room or whatever. Is that, does that kind of factor into how we book areas, or?
That was for you, Mickey.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That was a big question. Yeah, so I mean, sorry, Space Cowboy ended up over here. It doesn't really play into a factor. That's just something that's built over time. It takes time, you know, and it just depends on how much the vendors are engaging with the customers. You know, like Skylar's team, like his wife and, you know, his team that he brings with him, they are so good in engaging customers. Skylar, let's talk about your team a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so the rule at my booth is there's no chairs behind it.
That's right. Period. No chairs.
No chairs. No, we don't sit down ever. We're not back there playing on our phones. You know, if there's somebody that's coming up, we're engaging with them immediately. You know, and like I was saying earlier, like that's the best part of the job, but that's also how, as a vendor, you're actually going to get people excited about what's on your table, because I could have the same exact animal as somebody else, and every single show, not just tooting my own horn, but every single show, I have customers coming back and they say, hey, you know, I like this other snake, but we really want to buy from you. You know, you're the one person who's actually given the information and taken the time with me. So we trust you, you know, and that's what it's all about. You know, it like, to some degree, it doesn't matter too much about what I have on my table. It's more about how you're interacting with those people, because most of, you know, a huge part of our customer base is the first time snake owner, right? First time reptile pet, sometimes even first time pet at all, you know, and that can be kind of scary for somebody to jump into, because it's not like a dog or a cat where everybody just knows how to do it, you know, or everybody's had a dog or a cat at some point, right? So taking the time with the customers and finding, and one, letting them know how to care for these animals, and two, figuring out what they're actually interested in, and you know, we talk about budget with my customers, like hey, I know this is your first time snake, what do you have budgeted for? Okay, $50, $100. Does that $50 or $100 include the setup, or are you thinking just the animal? You know, what is your plans for after that? And getting into those deeper conversations with the customer, because a lot of times they came with a budget of $300 to $500, but that's for everything, you know. So now we have to start talking about, okay, realistically, can you keep this animal and do it the right way with that budget? You know, and sometimes the answer is no, you know, and we're not ready yet. Well, that's all right, because guess what? I'm going to be back in town in 3 months.
Sure.
Or I love that. That's very important to set the new keeper up for success, because a lot of people don't think about that, you know, and we have to pump the brakes on people like that sometimes at the stores, and even like when I'm walking a show floor, you know, I have to have that hard conversation with somebody. It's like, hey, like, you just bought that bearded dragon, but you're going to need to spend like $600 more on this, because it can't just sit on a stick by your window. Like,
right. No, 100%. And like we had, at the beginning of the year, we took on the road, like probably like 10 retics from Wes at Wildfire Retic. He's a buddy of ours. And I had so many conversations where we're just like, hey, I really don't think this is the right animal for you. Like, oh, this is your first snake? Okay, I'm not going to sell you a retic. I'm sorry. Like we have to be more worried in this industry and in this hobby about, you know, instead of just making that quick buck, these are animals that legislation is made up about. You know what I mean? So we have to sell those responsibly. And not everybody should have a snake that can potentially reach 20 foot in length.
Right. I mean, not until they're properly educated.
Steve, you're on mute, it looks like. Unless you're just doing a pantomime.
No, a lot of people aren't even prepared for something like that. I know me personally, I'm not. I'm not prepared for a 20-foot animal, and I couldn't even pretend that I am right now. But that kind of goes back to what you were saying, Skylar. Realistic. You got to be realistic. And some of the things that you were saying about making the connection with the customer, not sitting down, not being on your phone, just making that connection, having those conversations. That's something me and Micky been talking a lot about, and we really been pushing it out on the social media side of things. Is you're talking about the experience, and we talk about bringing the Show Me experience into all of our. I hate to even call it a show because it's so much more than that. And it's because of vendors like you. It's because of leadership like Micky, leadership from the coordinator team. All of us make for the overall atmosphere of wherever we happen to be jumping into. It's not everybody's local show, so there's just a lot of moving parts that go into it, and making that positive experience it makes all the difference in the world, man. It's why you should come to a Show Me show.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what it's all about. And like, I don't understand how, because every show that I've been, whether it should be Show Me or any other brand that we go to, I do not understand how somebody can sit behind the booth and be on their phone and just hang out all day. Like, I would be bored out of my mind. Like, if I'm not moving and I'm not busy, like, I don't get it. So that can't be fun for you. There's no way you're making sales. It's not fun for the customer. You can't expect a customer to just walk up and be like, oh, I want that one. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, I can tell you, out of the years that I've vended, like, I've probably had that like a handful of times where it's like, oh, that's just the right one. And I know that, like, because I came to the show because I was looking for that animal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like, no, that doesn't happen without you taking the time and having those conversations with people.
Well,
and then also like using your background knowledge, because there are a lot of not just first-time pet owners, but a lot of aspiring breeders, and maybe they have like 2 ball pythons, and they don't understand how these genetics work with one another. So that's another thing that I really like to do, is try to take people under my wing, and even if it be for a short time there at the show, try to mentor them on like, hey, well, what do you have? Oh, well, I think this, and this would look great with that. And hey, have you ever seen what that makes? And I'll like sit there and pull stuff up on my phone. I'm like, hey, look, this is one that I hatched. Like, you could make this with what you have with that, and like, it's the conversations that I wish that I had when I was getting into breeding ball pythons that never took place. And like, I tell people constantly, if you want to start breeding, like, don't look at all these animals and just say, hey, that one's pretty, I want to buy that one, I'll buy that one. Well, 6 months later down the road, when you figure out what the hell you're actually doing, then you have to start over, because all of these awesome animals that you bought, none of them are compatible, and they don't work for any of your future goals. So I didn't have that mentor, and so I try to be that mentor.
Well, that's what it's really all about. It's and a lot of breeders and vendors and stuff, I think we all really enjoy educating other people, like just sharing our experiences with them, and it is a lot of fun to be able to mentor people, and to be mentored. Like, it's a lot.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, the day that you stop learning is the day you die, right? So I am always all ears when somebody, whether they have more experience than me or not, or they just have a better idea of something to do. Like, you got to listen to that thing. There's no reason it's like, oh, this is the way I've always done it, this is how it's going to be going. Like no, like, we can always get better.
Yep. When did you start, brother?
So I started breeding ball pythons in 2016, but I've been keeping snakes off and on for over 20 years and reptiles for about 30. So,
Nice.
yeah, I mean, so there's definitely some periods there where I didn't have any reptiles, but like more on than off. And so it's been my whole life. And I grew up watching Steve Irwin and Crocodile Hunter and Animal Planet and Discovery and all that shit. And I just was ingrained really young in animals. Like when I was really little, my mom had cockatoos and stuff, so it's like I've always had animals in my life, and then that just turned to reptiles, and now I'm like obsessed, and it's my whole life. So there's that.
It does engulf your whole entire life. I mean, look at me. I live, breathe reptiles.
Yep.
So
100%.
I got another question for you, brother. So how did you come up with Mountain Man? Is that how did that come to be, brother?
So really two things at play here. So my business partner and I, Jake, and he couldn't make it tonight. We both just have big beards, and we've had big beards forever. And then there's also a play and kind of a wink to my dad. So he built custom homes, and his company was Mountain Land Contractors. It was like Mountain Man Constrictors.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like a play, just a little play on that.
That's funny.
And then we're in Utah, so we're up in the mountains.
Yeah.
I do love it out there. You guys live in such a beautiful place. I'm gonna come out there and spend a couple weeks one of these times.
Yeah. I love it here. Like there's certainly some weird laws and stuff with the culture. We don't need to necessarily get into, but
we talk about this.
Yeah. So Utah's a little bit weird in that aspect. However, it's becoming more and more diverse as the years go on, and like drastically, especially since 2020, and we've got all of our beloved Californians coming in. And but no, I love it. You have like every ecosystem here within an hour or two drive. Like we're in the Salt Lake Valley, and within 20 minutes, I can be in the mountains at a ski resort. And if I drive west like 45 minutes, I'll be in the desert. And so like we've got it all here. I love it.
You know, it really messed me up one time I was out there. I almost got stuck on the top of a mountain because there was a blizzard, and it was like 80 degrees down at the bottom of this mountain. And I get up there, and luckily I was in a Jeep, but I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was just snowing and snowing and snowing. So, I did the only logical thing anybody would do during a blizzard. I got out and made a snow angel. But
and the shorts and everything.
Yeah. It's just crazy how it works out there. Like, I don't know. I love it out there. That's why I always come out and do the out west shows. That's why I don't mind driving out there sometimes. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, I don't think I'll ever leave. I mean, we'll see, but I just love it here.
Yeah,
and
you can't get
one
the
thing
mountain man off the mountain.
No, you can't. And one thing that's unique. So we went full time with this business. It's been about a year and a half now, and that's when we really started like getting out to other states and doing shows elsewhere. And I think now we do shows in like either like 7 or 8 different states, and so it's all West Coast stuff, and like it makes me appreciate home more and more, because I'm like I go to some of these places, and not to talk smack, and I won't say any names, but like some of the places that we go are just like not very nice. They're just like run down, dirty streets. There's trash everywhere. I'm like, damn, dude, like I guess we do have it pretty good out here.
Don't talk about Denver like that.
Hey, you said it.
But no, it's super cool. I enjoy coming out and hanging out with you guys whenever I come out there. You guys are great. Your whole team's great, and I think you guys are a really good example of like how we should be as reptile breeders. That's why I wanted to have you on the podcast, because I feel like you've got a lot to share with aspiring breeders, or maybe even experienced breeders.
Yeah.
doing the damn thing.
We're trying, man. We're keeping our head afloat and having fun doing it. Best job I ever had. It's not a get rich quick scheme, and I work my ass off. But
listen, we'll never be rich.
I love doing it.
We'll never be
won't.
rich, but we are fulfilling the dreams of a 12-year-old Skylar right now. You know what
Hell
I mean?
yeah, we are. 100%.
A friend of mine told me that a couple months ago. I was kind of down on everything. He's like, dude, you're living 12-year-old Mickey's dream. And I'm like, you're right. Like,
You're right. Yeah, you can't argue with that, man. You are.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, you've got it going on, and you got your hand in a lot of different things too.
Yeah, my whole headache, but it's okay.
Yeah, every time I talk to you, it's something else is going on in Mickey's world.
Yeah. Well, the cool part is I've got a croc monitor that lives on the other side of the wall here. That's super cool. That makes it all worth it.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of the wall, I love what's going on behind you, Micky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love the wall wrap. It looks great.
Yep.
We're going to get some of the team members in here to start shooting some educational content for the channel and stuff. So
That'll
that's
be
awesome.
Good. That'll be good. So, Skylar, are you locked in for your next Show Me show, or do you know when we'll see you at another show where it might be at?
I do. Let me look at my calendar. We've got one.
I think it's Eugene, Oregon.
No, I think I have another one before that, don't I?
Oh, it might be Colorado Springs.
It's the Springs. Yep. Colorado Springs, September 6th and 7th.
Oh,
that's my birthday weekend. You going to be there, Micky?
I'm going to be in Nashville, unfortunately.
All right, well,
not unfortunately.
Cool.
I'll probably see you in Eugene, though.
Yeah, good.
I'll give you a birthday hug.
Okay, I'm expecting
both hands.
Both hands.
Nice.
Front facing.
Right, exactly. Belly to belly.
Yeah, belly to belly.
Well, Micky, you got anything else for the mountain man before he disappears on us?
No. It's good seeing you, Skylar, and thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, dude, it was great getting a chance to rap with you and hear a little bit of your backstory, man. You're definitely a cool dude, man. And hopefully I'll see you out at some of those shows down that direction. I know eventually I will.
Absolutely. You got to get out to the west side, man.
Just drag and drop me.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, Skylar, and we will see you out in the field, brother.
See ya.
All right. Sounds good. See you guys.
Later. I liked him, boss. I liked him. I liked what he was saying. I mean, he was talking that show me experience, like what we've been talking about. That's the kind of vendors that we can definitely get behind.
Well, and not only that, he's got are we still alive?
Yes, sir.
He's got an amazing setup, everything like that. He's just a great dude.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in and watching. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, same channel. Peace. I'm out.